This shit ain't nothing to me, you stupid piece of shit.
Amr, do you want to do the intro?
Okay. Hey, welcome back to Content Farm. We're doing a crop of... Oh, God.
You got it. I believe in
Okay.
you.
You were so confident moments ago.
Hey, guys. Welcome to Content Farm. Here with Darcy Boone Collins, Sean McDonnell, and our lovely guest, Breanne Williamson. You guys better be clapping back there. And today we are sponsored by Hell. We're sponsored by the concept of hell.
Love it.
Yeah, and that's
Buddhist.
anyone's concept.
Anyone's concept, any religion's configuration of how that works
Buddhist,
for them.
Judeo-Christian,
Sure.
Yeah.
and other
All
ones.
I don't think the Buddhists have one.
They for sure do. You clearly have not seen Big Trouble in Little China.
Do they go to Buddhist hell?
Yeah.
They do. They take an elevator down and they fight.
Where do they
They go to
fight?
like 7 chambers of Chinese hell.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's cool. They drink a cool elixir, though, so they're super powerful.
Yeah, they-
Oh, who
Hello.
Yeah, there's
New
a
podcast.
cat
yes.
jumping
running
around.
on us.
Oh, what a
You
cute.
little asshole.
Just swiping.
Little black cat straight from hell. Here to make sure we don't say
Oh,
anything
it's a bat.
besmirching of our new sponsor.
the
yeah,
producer.
Yeah, Darcy can't be walking in front of that path for the next couple hours.
Ow. Yeah. He's a
sharp.
little soot
Wow.
No.
the hell out of here.
He
He's
truly
so
is a demon.
cute.
He's busy.
This must be good listening, eh?
Yeah.
Just 4 people.
No.
Look at this little cat.
Okay, but the Buddhists, from what I understand, don't have hell. They have... You do, when you die, you do have to go through a bunch of demons, like 30,000 demons or something, but they're all an illusion, and if you can accept the unreality of the world, then they don't affect you.
Wait, what if you're good? What if you're good? You still have to go through the demons?
Still demons.
Well, what's the point?
No matter what,
then?
no matter what demons. It's to see if you've accepted that like the material world isn't real.
So it's
Oh.
30,000 demons based on like stuff that you've had problems with.
No, just everyone gets the same demons.
Okay,
I
so
think.
if I go down there, I don't have to face 30,000 Hillary Duffs, right?
What's wrong with Hillary Duff?
Nothing. What do you think's wrong with Hillary Duff?
Oh no, I mean she's great actor,
You don't
musician
think
and
that
stuff, but she's not
she was
not
mean
a,
to Haley, do you?
she's not
Well,
a demon.
to be fair, I just found out that in her movie where she goes to Italy and she's a superstar.
Yep.
Um.
She's the doppelganger of a superstar.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Haley
Sorry, I just want to make.
did her vocals. Her sister did her vocals. and
Really?
she sang
I
over
heard that
top of
Wow.
it.
she kept Haley in a little cage in the
She
basement
did that
while they were
too.
recording.
She did do that
And
too.
Haley
It's
was-
crazy.
she
This
wrote-
is the
let-
first I'm hearing of Haley Duff.
I never
And then
knew
guess
it.
what? It's going to be the last year about
Yeah.
because Haley Duff
Please
got
walk through
buried.
that.
Gonna get put. Allie, dog, you're good. This is Darcy's girlfriend who also owns
She's
this
also
place.
wearing-
You feel free to pass through, dog.
Yeah, well,
She posing outside.
You saw a big one?
Oh,
What a
What's
guy.
that?
Umber saved my girlfriend from a spider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that means he's my girlfriend now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, we're a
Spider
polycule,
bit 'em.
You
man.
guys are officially a
bit 'em.
polycule. That's what
we're
this means.
poly.
We're a
bad
polycule.
bit 'em.
Can I be your poly son?
You know what
You
we
can be
can
my
do?
little Polly Pocket.
If it makes life easier, we don't have to do visuals on this one.
Let's just use visuals for whatever we need because
Yeah.
we're currently recording. So who
Yeah.
gives a rat's dick?
But
Okay.
yeah, walk through freely, Ali. We'll just we'll pick a different bit, you know, than other one the ones you're walking
The
through.
apartment's small. There's 4 people riffing their little hearts out.
Okay.
Do what you must.
Whatever
Do
you
what
like.
feels right.
Go crazy,
Yeah,
dog.
do what feels right.
Go as you please.
Also, feel free to laugh.
Yeah, we couldn't afford the laugh track,
Feel
so if you could.
You can
Live
tell this
audience.
is the early days of the podcast,
Yeah.
where like a big part of it is that we're bothering Ali.
Yeah.
We're bothering Darcy's lovely girlfriend.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited for. I'm very excited for a year from now where they'll be like, "You're not a real fan.
Yeah.
You're not. You've never seen.
If you
Allie
don't know
walk in front of
Allie-
you've never seen her walk in front of a camera. You're not a real one."
If you've ever
Guys.
seen Ali be kind of annoyed because she just got out of the shower and she wants to chill for one
You know,
fucking
Hey, if
second.
you've never seen a girl come home from 10 hours of work straight and be like, "Oh fuck, you guys have just taken over my apartment." Oh no, good. No, that's great. No, that's why I'm here.
guys, even Hitler had to start in a beer hall. You know what I mean?
And even Hitler's girlfriend was like, fucking come on.
Eva
nah.
Braun was like, "Can you quit this?"
You went, "No, trust me. Just like when the Patreon starts rolling, we're gonna." No, trust me.
I'm gonna
Guys,
pay our rent with this. It's gonna be
Try,
crazy.
people will like this. It's also.
He's around. He was
He
being
darted
a little
over there,
asshole.
I
I think he's
believe.
under the bed right now.
It's not even Darcy saying that; it's Darcy's friend. Dude, trust me. No. Hitler's friend Himmler was there, just going like, no, dude, trust me.
No, he's got a real charisma to him.
It's like a thing. It'll work.
You have Mengele energy. Mengele's there, just being like, all I need is a good Patreon and lots of twins. Twins in Argentina.
I'm gonna figure out a bunch of stuff with twins.
Look, once the Patreon kicks off, we're gonna go to Argentina. I'm gonna have so many twins to work with.
Experiment 1. If they mud wrestle, I love it. I love it when they do that.
Experiment 2. Van Wilder on DVD. Holds up.
What's up?
Holds up. Let's see.
I love the idea that they travel to the future, grab a Van Wilder DVD, and come back and they're like, this is
Truly,
awesome.
it begs the question. I like to think that time traveler went back to kill Hitler and instead dropped off a copy of Van Wilder.
Yeah,
Maybe you guys just partied more.
he tries to kill Hitler, misses, and then a copy of Van Wilder falls out of his pocket, and then a bunch of coke falls out of his other pocket, and he goes, oh, shit! And then he falls out of a window, goes back to our timeline, and then comes back, and everybody is so gacked out and having such a good time. The world is Ibiza.
Ibiza.
And he's
What's
like,
up, bud?
what happened to the Nazis? And they're like, you mean the chillest guys ever? And he's like, oh, it's not
They
bad.
took over, but it was nice.
They took over everything with good vibes, man. Also, I don't know who. This is my Ibiza accent.
I was gonna say.
Hi, guys, it's me.
You're slipping into like a cholo.
Oh.
Carlos Mencia of Ibiza. Ibiza, Spain.
Oh, sorry, I'm just watching the
I
cat.
love it.
I'm out here cat watching.
Cat watching.
Yeah, I mean, I had podcast equipment once, and then rats ate it, so I don't want this little rat eat this one.
We are the rats.
Do you
did
think that
happen.
was God's way of telling you to?
It's over.
I
Wrap it
immediately
up.
said that. Yeah, I was like, I'm getting too powerful, and God sent rats to stop my riffs. I still have the rat chewed cords and everything.
Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they loved it. It was too
my God.
delicious.
It
for
was a
them.
good snack.
They don't normally chew stuff like that because there's no nutritional value.
Well, here's the thing. That place was so rotting and full of rats that
That's
at
true.
night I would hear them jump off the counter and the floor would rattle. So
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that place
I-
was fucking wild.
the rat
dude.
house,
That
yeah,
place
it was
was
rough.
nuts.
Like
Get in there.
someone told me it was called the Mouse House, and it was calling it the Mouse House, and it was all fun. But then I talked to other people that we knew, and they'd be like, "You mean the Rat House?"
no,
That's
the
so
rat
much
house
less
was
fun.
a different
So much
place.
less fun.
Huh?
With the rat house existed first, and then we moved into the mouse house.
Yeah,
And then we had the mouse house
yeah.
after. But the rat house was a pretty dark time.
Rat
I
House
didn't
was.
know
I
about the
have
Rat
video
House.
footage of the Rat House because I filmed it.
We
and
threw
I
pretty good parties in the rat
threw
house.
some great parties, but I remember filming the basement and being
Just
like
you and 30 rats.
Yeah, that's true.
30 Chuck E. Cheeses.
Me in one wetsuit that keeps moving and convulsing. And I'm just like, you guys are pretty good hang.
It was gnarly. I remember saying it looks like cartel videos in the basement.
Oh my
Like
god.
it was so fucking just derelict and just insane, neglected, mold everywhere.
Whoa,
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh my god.
You were there for what, like 3 months?
Did you ever?
Oh,
Did you know them when they had the
No.
Rat House?
Well, thank
5
God.
No, we
Were
knew
you
each
there
other.
for
We
five
didn't-
months?
We knew each
Yeah, there
other. I
for
just
5 months.
You never came over. You didn't go to
It
one of
was
the crazy
weird.
parties.
They extended the rat.
It was
house
a selective
invites,
guest
and I
list, I'll tell
said,
you that.
I think I'll pass. Like, hey, you want to come hang out with like the rats and all the molds? And
There was a lot of
everything?
Well, it was a
Darcy
selective
used to
guest
live
list.
Yeah, okay.
the Rat House
Oh
was
no, there's no rats anymore. There's just one big gray furry guy, and he's weird, but he's cool.
There's no rats anymore. There is a new horrible superhero that's moved in.
Oh my God.
Brianne, what's the worst place that you've lived in? Anything come to mind? Or have you only lived in places that don't have rats in them?
I've never lived in a rat house. I wish I had a relatable story, but I've never been
If you can't
in
hear,
a
she
rat
started
house.
laughing
forget-
as soon as I posed the question.
I always forget that you've yeah, I always forget you've never taken like a leap of faith.
Okay,
I
here's
always
the
forget
thing.
you were never
Never
just like,
gambled
oh,
on
I'm
your
gonna
dreams."
stop working and focus on stand up full time,
No,
even though how much it hurts me.
Even
No.
though it's maybe a little bit too early for me to be doing that, and I live in a house full of rats.
this is the thing. I have a strong opinion that if you're a creative person, you need to find someone older and rich. You don't have to like them, and they don't have to be good looking. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's called following your dreams. I'm lucky because I do think my girlfriend's good looking, and I actually enjoy her company.
Yeah.
But she's much older than me, so when I met
She's
her,
rich?
I was just like, well, yeah, she doesn't live in a rat house and she owns her apartment. So I was like, that's enough for me. I was like,
I'm
how
getting
many?
a lot of sass about the Rat House.
Yeah.
And I want Rat House was a cool time.
It was fun.
I
I'm also
would've-
kind of glad. Yeah, you wouldn't have even been a fun vibe at the party.
Everyone romanticizes being a starving artist, but God forbid you eat a couple rats in your time there.
Right.
I would have loved the Rat House, genuinely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if you would have.
You were in
Brianne.
Toronto,
I don't think
Yeah.
I would have.
living with rat roommates.
Yes, Rat Man.
Rat man.
Yeah.
Cop out.
My dearest friends who are all real rats.
So I'm
That felt so nice.
gonna
That felt really good.
slow your roll on
I
ripping in
Darcy
the Rat
got her
House.
with a little spread.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry.
Did you like it
Wow.
too?
That
No.
was the
You
dichotomy.
didn't?
I don't like it.
I
when
did
people
not
do
expect you to react to that.
that. I don't like it.
Have I done that to you before?
Yes.
Really?
On this podcast.
On what?
He's like, I've already
actually
set
done
this
this.
boundary. You
I've done
do
this to you
every-
Yes, you have. In real life and on the podcast. And the fans love it. Don't get me wrong. The fans love it.
There's a
What
Patreon
is it?
tier just for clips of him touching your knee.
Don't do that.
What is it that bothers you?
It's
so
uncomfortable.
If anyone
Oh,
can't,
do you like it when people do that?
if you can't hear
Does that
right
make
now,
you feel happy?
I like
we're
it.
we're
It
putting
feels
our fingers on
relaxing.
the tip of someone's knee and then spreading them apart like spider legs.
Like, you know, okay, well, I think of it as like they used to do it like the egg thing. They'd be
Egg
like,
crack on the knee, yeah.
and then drop.
Egg crack on the knee?
Yeah.
Is anyone
What
home
the
there?
fuck are you guys talking about?
You
Was
know,
anyone home there?
back at the rat house, we used to crack a lot of eggs on our knees.
Cracked
and-
eggs on a knee, yo.
We didn't have any countertops. We had to use our knees to crack the egg.
We couldn't
Yeah.
afford eggs.
Feels like home.
We
Feels
couldn't
like
afford,
home.
it was crazy. We couldn't afford knees. We were just in there.
Well, we couldn't afford chicken eggs, mind you. We could afford rat eggs. We had
Actually-
rat eggs plenty.
Chicken knees were all we could afford. Let me tell you, a lot of cartilage.
Oh,
on
yeah.
those bad
Is
girls.
there anyone home? Oh, I guess not.
Don't open the door if you knock. There's no one home. Can't do that.
You know, did I ever tell you I used to work with a kid with Down syndrome, and every Friday in school we would get to cook something. We get to like bake something, and he had a real problem with privacy and whatnot. Like he would just barge in on people. So I'd be like, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'd be like, buddy, can you go grab this out of the cupboard? And he'd walk up to the cupboard, knock on it, and go, hello. And I'd go, you can open it, and then he'd open it, grab the stuff, walk over the fridge, knock on it, wait
That's
a second,
sweet.
then
He
open it.
did-
It actually was, yeah.
you
it was
kind of
very
learned
cute.
the lesson.
That's the
did.
magic of life right
Yeah.
there, I think.
I know, it was actually very cool.
That kid sounds dumb as shit.
Oh my God.
Look, as someone who also spent a lot of time in rat houses and special needs classes, fuck that kid.
You were
Moron.
knocking on the cupboards for a different reason, to make sure the rats weren't going to jump out
Yeah,
at you.
making sure there's not rats on my plates. Also, this moron thinks people
If
live
there's
in
any
cupboards. They
rats
live
in there,
closets.
I'm giving you an eviction
I'm coming
notice.
in. Oh my God. Wow.
Hello, rats.
Get dressed. You open it. They have no fur.
Oh, I'm indecent.
Hairless rats.
Please, my husband's not home.
To you, it's a fun bit, but to me, I know that means they got scabies, and that means that we're in a whole other world. That means that things are getting even worse.
Wow.
Yeah, that house was crazy, dude. I remember that. That was a lot of fun times.
Yeah, there
though.
was definitely a chalk outline of the guy that died in it when
Yep.
we moved in,
Yep.
and then there was very clearly like, oh, that's where he was.
I just
Yeah.
remember kind of making a mess there and being like, "Oh, sorry, I spilt this," and then your roommate at the time looking at me and going, "Who gives a fuck?"
The rats all came out like a little parade and cleaned it up.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
walls were spray painted black, and there was like loose nails everywhere.
What the fuck? How do you even find a place like this?
Gumption.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you just go
Pure
rent to Vancouver,
tenacity.
things are
Yeah,
rough
yeah,
right
things
now.
are rough.
It
yeah.
was a whole house for us, and it was only like
Your
400
your
each.
friend reached out to me. He does the rental stuff in Vancouver.
Yes.
And he was like, "Hey, can I come see what shitty place you rent?" And I was like, "Here's the thing, my girlfriend's rich.
Yeah, sorry.
I've been eating pussy to get this nice apartment for a
And her
long
place is
ass
awesome.
time, and her
Like, I'm
face
so
is
happy.
great.
Sorry.
So actually, I can't.
It won't be very
I
funny.
Can't do your show. It won't be funny.
I keep fucking other people in my financial class, which is maybe stupid.
No, that's a
you
terrible
know?
idea. Yeah,
I
you
gotta-
can't do
I
that.
gotta
Yeah.
fuck up.
But it's
But also
in a way kind of sweet,
If you want to be traditional about it, it's sweet.
kind of romantic in a way. It's kind of sweet. You're just like fucking poor people, like.
You
means
can put it as
you just
you
like
can do it as a
them.
tax write-off. Yeah, you can put that on your T4. For real.
I haven't fucked anyone that makes over 6 figures a year this year. So you get the money back.
Little
tax
when
back.
you do that.
You can say, yeah, I fucked a poly person.
$5K back right there.
Right away.
Oh, dude,
Thanks for your service.
I found
not
my
even tax write-off, just cash.
Just cash
in
money.
hand.
bro. I found my dyslexia diagnosis, and I can actually take it into my doctor and get a tax write-off for it.
Really?
That's great.
A friend of ours got $14,000 back because they retroactively
Holy
pay
shit.
you for all the years.
What?
How much you get off
For all the
having
years you couldn't
dyslexia?
read?
Brother, I have no idea.
For all the years that you just struggled
Yeah.
through Harry
I'll
Potter.
be honest with you,
All
she
the
sent-
words you haven't been able
Amr,
to read.
I was gonna say she
All the
sent me the
appointments
email.
you
It
missed.
was it was a lot of big words. I couldn't get through it. It was
It's not even
really
clear
tough
if
to
that's
get
what the
through.
email said. I just
I'm
kind of
just-
drew my own conclusions after a point.
I just kind of started sketching photos over top of the drafted email, and I was like, I think I'll understand this.
And then I thought it'd be nice if I had a tax write-off.
And I went,
I'm gonna believe that.
and I have to go to and there's nothing funny about this, and this isn't a joke,
Okay.
Okay.
but I have to go to my doctor, who's really obese.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not funny to you.
And that's
You're
not funny.
saying that
And there's
in- you're
nothing
not
funny
saying
about
in a
that. There's
joking
nothing
way.
funny
You're
about
saying
that. I
What?
would never make a joke. But she's big.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying my
Like,
doctor's.
like in the way that I like.
This is like how my
No.
grandmother
Oh.
tells stories.
no.
Yeah.
Look at this really nice person at the mall today.
No, she's a lovely lady.
Really fat.
lovely lady.
My grandma's always been like, "Yeah, I met a nice lady. She's Mexican. You know, they have a lot of kids."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Well,
Tell a
Okay.
story about getting gas, and you're like, what does that have to do with her being Puerto Rican?
well, yeah. Just the doctor, just cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sad that she told you can't spell or write?
Well, that diagnosis is from so long ago that
Okay.
the man is most likely dead. I remember going to the diagnosis and being like, this man has taken a while to just walk towards me. And that was when I was in kindergarten. No, probably like grade 2, grade 3.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember being like, wow, he's taken a while. So
Right.
I am about to use a ghost for tax fraud, which is
Ghost.
truly crazy. Yeah.
Oh my god, can you get a disability thing for your car from that?
Well,
bet you could.
here's what I've been
Oh, I
doing.
wonder.
I think you
Here's
could.
what I've
I've
been doing.
Signs.
Yeah, the sign.
No, I was gonna
and
say
stuff.
what I've been doing is just like going into handicap bathrooms or like just parking at stalls.
Yeah.
And then when they're like, "Dude, that says handicap," I go, "I can't read."
Another easy way to let people know that you're working with disabilities is to wear a giant Dracula cape all the time.
Oh, that's true.
Truly,
Yeah.
truly.
And then
Good
if
way.
anybody has any questions, go, is there a fucking problem here?
Yeah, you put on a Naruto headband. It's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Has a handicap parking sticker.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
do you think we're going to live in a future where they diagnose people as weeaboos and they're like, you got to be nice to them?
Me
Yeah,
too.
my doctor says it's terminal. He says they have to put me down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
played too much Genshin Impact. Now the government's going to kill me.
But they're gonna cut my head off with a katana. So
Oh.
that's gonna
Yeah,
nice.
pretty
doctors
honorable.
sat me down and said, "Hey, it's gonna be tough. You're probably never gonna get pussy. You're probably
And
never
then
gonna
I
get
said,
laid."
so what's
And he
the
was
bad
right.
news?
And he was
said-
right. He was right.
And he said, "And if you do, it's gonna smell bad."
I said, but I can still watch Naruto, right? I can still watch all of Naruto. And there's yeah.
Yeah. Unless he said it's gonna smell bad, unless it's strangely a woman of color, then it'll probably be one of the prettiest girls you've ever seen.
Yeah, and you'd be
Weirdly.
like, what
You'll be
happened
like, I
to
don't know.
you?
Look who's trying to
that
cover
you're
his face.
like
He's
this?
trying to cover it
Yeah,
now.
He's
He's trying to
No,
cover
duh,
it.
the color girls
These
who like
weebs.
anime are hot.
These
No,
thirsty
Yeah,
nerds.
they
Are
are,
like,
these
but
guys.
some of them are actually beautiful.
Yeah, they're
No,
actually
Darcy,
so
you
beautiful
idiot.
and
I'm trying to
smart
put out
and
a-
Don't come
funny.
at us with your relationship privilege, okay?
I'm trying to put out a bat signal to anime
I ain't pissy
girls.
every day. I live in a heavenly apartment, both of you. That's what you fucking sound like.
Shut up, you,
You know where we
multi-nippled
live?
freak.
We live in the woods.
Yeah,
And we have to watch anime and then hunt out every day looking
I know.
for beautiful
We're
women.
losers.
We're in
We
the woods, and there's nothing to eat out here but pussy, and it stinks.
It's me and Umar, all four, shirt off, running,
Feeling good. Feeling good.
screaming.
It just sounds like every lesbian pride event.
Yeah, we keep running into those guys.
Yeah,
We're having a
it's
blast.
wild.
They don't
It's
want
wild
to
out
fuck
there.
us, but they're nice.
Who do you guys think?
What do you sound like a fucking owl over there? What do you go over? What the hell?
Who do you guys think Gravedigger is gonna run over?
At the Pride Parade?
Yeah.
I'm saying it not just because it's politically correct to say so, because I believe it. I think the bi section of the parade. I think Gravedigger's gonna crush all the bi people.
He's had enough.
Yeah.
He's had enough.
But he'll give them a chance to pick a side.
He's only gonna crush the bi people that are in a straight relationship. He's gonna go, look, you don't get best of both worlds. Oh,
Pick a side.
He gives him a chance
Crunch
to go
the
to the left or the
polycule.
right.
yeah.
10-second countdown.
You don't get all the benefits of heteronormativity. You get to talk about how queer you are.
Sure, he's gonna
I'm gonna hit you with my big wheel.
he's gonna rev the engine and he's gonna poke his head out the window and go, look, I just think it's kind of weird that you're in a 15-year relationship with a cis woman and now you've come out as bisexual.
Yeah,
But,
suddenly,
you know, whatever.
Suddenly when it's like convenient to do so,
So-
and you don't like do anything about it, you don't explore it in any
Somebody
way.
makes a post.
You better do something about it. I'm gonna run you the fuck
better
over.
suck
Somebody makes
some
a
fucking
joke.
dick.
They make a post talking about being a queer person despite their dating history being entirely hetero, and then you just hear, "Oh, let me see the receipts," and then
Sunday.
At the Tacoma Dome, see a bisexual man get crushed.
See a guy who got blue hair at 40 years old. He's trying to reinvent himself, but it's not taking.
Oh my god.
If you don't do queer things, I'm gonna crush your grandfather. He's in a chair. He doesn't see me coming.
You don't seem like you appreciate the community, only the social benefits of being part of it.
This feels performative. I'm coming for your grandfather. He's deaf from the war. He doesn't know I'm coming. He's watching the game. He doesn't see my reflection. Gravedigger! You should have experimented more in middle school when you first claimed to have had these feelings. Gravedigger!
Oh my
Gravedigger
God.
actually saved us thousands on the funeral plot. His wheels dug the grave.
You know, when you come out as gay and you don't have any proof, you're actually digging two graves. One for yourself and one for your grandfather. Those graves are going to be dug by giant wheels.
I don't know why, but this literally does feel like a WWE promo you're doing right now. I
It
don't
does.
know. And I hope you have two graves ready. The lights go out and engine revs.
We have two graves.
I'm buying tickets. That
Yeah.
sounds great.
They should let the Gravedigger onto the WWE stage. I think it would change the game.
would.
The only thing that can defeat Gravedigger is Kurt Angle. I don't suck. And oh shit!
Oh my god.
Gravedigger on perk. See what happens. But anyways, no, yeah, being bisexual, they should be crushed by a big truck.
That's wrong.
I agree. It is
So
wrong.
disgusting.
Pick a lane, freaks. You can't taste every flavor.
Just decide. You don't get to smell every flower in this life.
Put the Neapolitan down.
Oh my god.
No, you can't have a swirled cone.
And go back to the old flag, too. The new one's too complicated.
Put
for
the
me.
Neapolitan
There's
down.
too many lines on it.
Text your friend Dave and tell him about your feelings. No matter what he says, it's a moment of growth.
It's still valid for you to say that. It's not wrong for you to feel that way.
Even if you lose a friend, you're gaining a new perspective on yourself, you fucking coward.
Every bisexual who's followed me ever just unfolled me.
You can feel it.
We'll
in the
blur
air.
your
Yeah.
face out and we'll do like a witness protection
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, thank you. If you
So,
can change my voice
Just
and my
you be
face.
like,
Today we're here with
we're here with Breanne Williamson.
Just say you're here with Gravedigger and just let it be.
we're here with Greg. Talking shop. Photoshop a big monster truck over you.
Talking about his plans for Pride.
I mean, we're going to tell everybody you were just AI'd in. We're going to be like, nah, it's not even Breanne. We just got her AI.
Yeah, we can't get a woman to do the podcast. They won't fucking get close to us.
We can't get the rights to Breanne.
Brienne said we could hire in, and that was the best. That's the best we could get.
Okay. Universal monsters. Wolfman. Where's he fall on the queer spectrum? Straight, bisexual, gay, asexual.
Gay
Gay.
hard.
Yeah,
Hard
hard
gay.
gay.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Creature from the Black Lagoon, the fish guy.
Ace.
trans.
Really?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Trans.
I think trans.
Trans/non-binary.
Because he's
Which direction? MTF? FDN?
well, he started as a fish and now he's a man.
So it's F to him. Oh my god.
Frankenstein's monster.
Straight.
I think straight too.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
He wants that
I think-
bridesmaid
I think
so
from
He
bad.
does. He's
I
clearly
don't know the
willing to
book in
risk it.
detail, but from the stuff he does in the book, it seems like he's straight.
Straight
Yeah.
because he clearly, he's got a very masculine rage.
Yeah,
he hates
yeah.
his father. It's like-
He's so angry.
yeah, well, he didn't have a good dad.
No.
so you
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
So
that's
now,
true.
but now he's playing basketball to better his life.
Plays basketball at the community center, teaching the kids. It's nice.
good.
I got
Good.
a script I'm trying to get off the ground.
All right, what about the mummy?
He's really funny. It's
You're
called
soft
In
launching
Stitches.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm soft launching it.
Yeah. Where's the mummy stay?
Frankenstein. Yeah, no. Frankenstein goes to inner city communities and he teaches kids how to play basketball.
And he says, I don't care if you're black, white, green. And like that's actually valid when he says that.
He looks
Yeah.
at kids and he goes, "You think it's hard being Latino? Try being everything." And he looks at his skin.
He shows up and he goes, "I'm gonna snap them ankles and then I'm gonna give you a new one."
Can Frankenstein say the N-word?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Blackenstein can.
Blackula gave him a pass.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
actually black.
Blackula's Dracula. I think.
Oh, gay, dude.
I think bi.
Pan.
I think
I
bi.
think
yeah.
pan.
I think
Bi,
yeah,
bi,
pan.
pan.
Any
pansexual.
vampire is just so like they just
Sexed
sex
But
up.
Blackula's straight as hell.
Yeah, dude. Blackula's
Blackula's straight as hell though.
Blackula doesn't fuck around with that
Yeah.
shit. He's about to bite you and he says, pause.
Yeah.
You better
yeah,
believe
yeah.
it. He says pause. He gets a cup and he mixes it with Hennessy.
The only thing Blackula lights is
We're
his,
walking a thin line, aren't we?
Oh, are we? Oh, I didn't realize.
the only thing Blackula bites is his lip when you bend over in front of him.
All right, me and Darcy can take it from here.
You guys rock this
We'll
one.
just disassociate
Brie
for the
gonna
next
step up
couple
for a
minutes.
There's, I will say, there is a friend of ours, Umar, who listens to every episode,
Mhm.
and it is a black woman. And after every episode, I go, "Okay, so what about that one?" There's like a weird thing in me where I was like, "Was that like?"
Not him
what-
putting out online like, don't worry, I do have a black friend.
Don't worry, I do have a black.
Oh, whoa,
We- we actually- I have a black friend that listens to every
whoa,
episode, so
Guys,
it's actually
His,
okay.
his name is
Check
Amr
your
Singh.
check.
Yeah.
guys, never said it was a friend.
I can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Blackula's
Blackula
straight as hell.
every time.
I think even like traditional Bela Lugosi Dracula, bye. He's so wishy-washy
Yeah.
and like
Bela
flamboyant. and-
Lugosi, is that the old one? or
Yeah,
new one?
he's like the old like welcome to the creatures
Oh,
of
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah, that's
night.
fine.
I
That-
think even,
guy-
sure.
even
that guy's
he's
just
like,
gay. The regular Dracula's bi, but that guy's just
You
gay.
think so?
Well, now,
yeah.
don't rip Bela Lugosi apart. What did he do to you?
He's gay.
It's good.
Bela
Nothing wrong with
Lugosi?
being gay.
I think he was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Let's
I
play a
think,
game. Is he gay or an alcoholic?
is he gay or an alcoholic? You know what's great?
My dad.
That is honestly fair. Where you're like, is he, is he hitting on me or is he just super drunk?
Actually, you know
Yeah.
what? It's actually pretty fair.
Yeah, I actually think the old Dracula's black, so I disagree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I just
actually,
wanna
actually
make
think
Omar
original
uncomfortable again.
Dracula's black.
Mickey Rourke, gay or alcoholic?
I think he's a monster.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Oh, is he in the Universal Monster?
Yeah, he is. He is. He is.
Okay, yeah.
Did you see him? Did you see him on Celebrity Big Brother?
Of course.
Where
I
he was,
did.
where he was like to JoJo Siwa, like that aged so poorly.
Mickey Rourke is on Celebrity Big
Mickey Rourke and JoJo Siwa have interacted a lot.
What?
What?
Which
Yeah.
is a great
This,
moment.
I'm
in
thinking
his-
of the right
Wait, like
person.
from the
right?
You are
wrestler.
100%.
Wait,
Yeah,
am
you
I-
are. You are.
So he
Wait,
went on the
the
show.
wrestler.
The wrestler and JoJo
Yes,
Siwa.
yes,
Yeah.
So they
He's
both
like 90
go-
years old.
So they both go on Celebrity Big Brother. This aged so poorly. She had just like a year prior to this come out as a lesbian, okay,
Right.
and was
And
like
she was doing that
doing
press
the
tour,
lesbian
yeah.
press tour.
I also
right?
want to point out that I don't within your community. I don't want to say it, I think that she stinks, but but I
Right.
am on her side in this. So I don't want anyone to be like, but JoJo see what she does stink.
Yes.
But this was crazy.
But wait,
No.
Brianne, do you claim JoJo Siwa?
Yeah, I am
No.
putting you
Yeah,
on
she
there.
This has
You
such
have
a
to
dark
claim
turn.
her.
Okay, so at the beginning of the show, he basically says in so many words to her, like, you just haven't met the right man. Like he did one
Whoa.
of those classic things.
Ah.
But wait, this ages so poorly. Because she's like, that's fucked up. That's homophobic. Like, I'm a lesbian. It's not about that, the whole thing. So then he gets the boot from the show because he said enough like homophobic things. It wasn't just that. It was like he kept going, right?
Oh, yeah, he said some true grandpa out of pocket,
Yeah.
like,
We were
whoa.
like, we got to pull this guy from live TV.
He
Like,
he
he's
said some like grandpa up against the wall, like
yeah.
kind of shit where you're like, all right, man, you
Yeah,
gotta go.
you're out.
The snowflake lines.
Oh, it was way
It was
worse
a
than
lot.
that. Yeah, it was.
So then it turns out while on the show, JoJo Siwa starts having a relationship with a man on the show named Chris,
I didn't
Okay.
know that.
who's like a
What?
Love Island contestant.
What?
Yes.
Okay, so I haven't heard this.
This is crazy. This is why you have to invite the girly lesbians to your podcast for the pop culture episodes, the
Yeah.
scoops.
There's a guy right now that's turning the podcast off. There's a guy that's like, the hell is this shit?
No, he's saying, see, I knew every lesbian just needed to find the right man.
Mickey Rourke looks to a giant poster. Looks to a giant poster he's got in glass on his wall. Mickey Rourke was right. He's like,
He's like, see, this one confirms it.
I
No,
got that
so
back
then-
in 91.
At the time, JoJo Siwa, while on the show, had a partner in
Yeah.
real life. Their
Yes.
pronouns are they, them. Their name is Kath.
Right.
So Kath was watching this unfold on TV.
Wait,
but
they're
obviously
showing her
couldn't
hooking up.
comment- Not hooking up, but like holding each other in bed, snuggling. He's like kissing her
Being
head.
suspicious.
Like very
yeah.
like over the top,
What's
like
the age gap on
inappropriate.
this?
He's like 33, 34, and she's like 21.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
brother.
So
No,
then
how old's Mickey Rourke?
it was actually with Mickey Rourke.
Yes, correct.
She had a three-way with Chris and Mickey. It was
Mickey,
crazy.
you're right. And it was you, honey.
It was.
all
I just
along.
needed 2 men. That was it.
Do you think Mickey Rourke was jealous of her relationship with Chris?
It hadn't started yet,
Yeah.
but I'm sure he would have been had he.
It is crazy that Mickey Rourke was right.
No, I know. This is the craziest part. He like called the whole thing. So then,
This weird alcoholic was like, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're like, get out of here,
Literally.
Mickey
He's like,
Rourke.
I can tell you're straight. I can tell you're not being honest.
I
with
can
yourself.
tell. I
Literally.
can smell it on you. Get out of here, Mickey.
so the show ends. The whole time in the show, like other cast members were saying to them, like, "This looks. You guys are really close," and they'd be like, "No, we're just friends. We're just friends." Like
Yeah.
they're trying to brush it off. She leaves the show. They have the after party of the show. So this is off camera.
Yeah.
Her partner had flown in from Australia to the UK. She breaks up with her partner at the after party.
No.
After her partner had to watch all of this on
Jojo,
TV.
No.
And leaves this person for Chris. And now they are together on a public press tour.
I didn't know
She's
this.
changed all the lyrics in her songs to like he him.
Oh.
It's like,
Oh,
it's
so she really
crazy.
betrayed
It
the
was,
queer
like,
community.
Crazy. And she retracted her lesbian identity on Lesbian Visibility Day.
Whoa.
Yes. She was like, guess what? It was Lesbian Visibility Day, and she was like, I'm not that shit.
I don't
That's
want to
also
be
crazy.
visible.
Yeah, I don't wanna be visible. She's
Lesbian
like, I'm not
visible-
about that dyke shit. Okay.
The day about
is
being
like-
a lesbian, she's like, I also have to make this about me.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing.
This
I
is
do
like
have to center this on men
Yeah.
today. I do have to make this about men.
Star Wars Episode 3 level betrayal.
It was
I'm
crazy.
like, you invented queer pop. No, I didn't. That's fucking gay, man.
No, it was the craziest like arc of all time.
That's
'cause,
such a betrayal.
yeah. She went from having like the ugliest rainbow haircut
Yeah.
and inventing gay
Yeah.
pop
She
in
was
her
like,
Now
words.
just being regular ugly.
Yeah.
to now she's just kind of ugly.
Now she's just got too many bones in her skull.
Yeah. Now she just kind of looks like a pig that wished to be a human.
We can dunk on her now that she's straight. That does rule.
No, it is. It's
We could
it's
just
so
be like,
nice.
get
Well,
this-
she's not straight. She says she's queer because she retracted.
You
lesbian.
guys gotta kick
Oh,
her out.
she's conveniently queer.
Like
Must
as a
be nice.
straight man, I'm like, you
Yeah.
guys gotta have a meeting and get her out of here.
we vetoed it. She's out.
That
no, the
feels
thing
like
is, Kim,
such a
people do
betrayal.
it was
Fuck they
also
want.
like so sad because
She's
the whole
fucking
time she was on the show, her partner Kath was like rooting for her behind, and we're like,
I
no,
believe in
she's just
you."
friendly, like that's just a friend,
Yeah.
Come on.
and stuff. And then she dumped
Don't
her
let
ass
Mickey
at the
Rourke be
reunion.
right. Don't
Mickey
do
Rourke
it.
is like He's clicking his heels.
Mickey Rourke immediately live streams. He's just like, listen up, motherfuckers. London, Big Ben, 2028, there's going to be an attack. Everyone's like, oh,
and we
shit.
gotta believe him. We have to believe him because he knows things we don't.
Holy fuck.
I
JoJo
feel
C
like-
was coming in with a gun and she's spraying.
I feel like Mickey Rourke live streams exclusively from the basement from Saw 1.
I feel like Mickey Rourke live streams and it's always resting on his stomach and pointing directly up as he just goes, oh, listen.
Yeah, he's also in a beach chair.
He's so ghoulish looking, but yeah, I did not know that he was right. So
Yeah.
I knew that it happened, and then I was like, Mickey Rourke, funny. And then that was kind of where it ended. That was a funny interaction.
Mickey Rourke, one of the funniest homophobes around.
Yeah, like I saw it, and then
Turns out he's just an honest man.
I love whenever a guy gets on TV who's not supposed to be there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like my favorite
Like,
thing.
how did
Oh, bro,
anyone let
Duck
that
Dynasty
happen?
guy.
Yeah, like the Duck
Norm
Dynasty
McDonnell
guy.
just doing anything. Anytime someone gets in the media
Yeah.
booth and they give them a microphone and they're like, oh. and like you can tell everyone in the sound booth is like, well, this was not supposed to happen.
And it's like, oh my
That's
god.
my favorite with,
favorite
with the
thing.
Duck Dynasty guys, where like you know
Yes.
their show's doing so well,
Yeah.
and then it came with they didn't have progressive political views. And
Yeah.
It's like,
What did we
did
expect?
you think?
You
What
gave them a
did you
microphone.
fucking expect? They're literally like they've never left their swamp.
Yeah,
Like they're literally
they
like, what
have
did you
Shrek level
Yeah.
ideology.
Yes. And that was
They're saying, "This is my swamp. Get out of my swamp."
you came to the swamp with cameras, and then you were like, "This place fucking sucks. Everyone's a little backwards." And
They're
they were
eating
like-
onions like apples. Their only friend is a donkey.
I know, yeah.
My favorite episode of that series because I did watch every episode, of course.
Did you?
course.
Oh, I did. When they flew to it was like Hawaii or something because he refused to go anywhere else outside of the states because he's racist. And
Yeah, it doesn't have a passport.
yeah, so they went to Hawaii, and the grandpa refused to leave his hotel room because he didn't want to deal with that shit out there.
Oh my
So the
God.
whole episode is just him watching TV in his hotel room while the rest of the family is like out enjoying the
Like,
vacation.
you're so racist, you cannot
But
go
he
to
like
the
refused
beach.
to leave. Like he was like,
Imagine-
I don't know how you got me on this fucking plane, but I am not leaving this hotel room.
Going to Hawaii and then being like, "There's so many fucking Hawaiians here."
No, it was giving that. It was giving that.
100%.
He was fucking pissed. He's like, there's not a single duck I can shoot here. Like,
Yeah.
get me fucking out.
No one's
Like, I'm
wearing
over it.
camo.
This guy's
Everyone's fucking collared.
this guy's
The hell?
surfing and he's wearing a necklace made out of flowers. I mean, what the hell?
Fuck is this?
Jeez, yeah. A lot of faggots in Hawaii.
Whoa, Darcy, that was a really good impression of Breanne. That was crazy.
I was
Whoa.
gonna say the amount of times in a day I say that is crazy.
You gotta write that song, man. That's beautiful.
I thought you said you got to write that down. Remember that for later.
That's in his
Also,
diary
this coming
already.
from you with a Duck Dynasty looking hat on
I'm
is
telling
very
you.
funny. Yeah.
It changed me.
You also broke
It
Amr's
looks like
only
you separated from the family.
Amr's
I'm
only
their
rule for the
estranged
podcast.
cousin.
Legit, you broke Almer's only rule for the podcast. No
Can't say that word.
I can't say that
That's
word.
Amr's only rule for
Oh,
the
I'm
podcast.
Is
sorry.
that my rule?
Yeah, you literally laid it down day one when I said it.
Yeah. that's
Well, you
probably
can't
the
say it. I'm
I
No,
can
you
and I
can-
did.
I'm
You can say
edging.
it.
I'm
You can say
edging ability to say it.
What do you mean? You're like fully gay.
I know, but I mean, depending on who you talk to,
I
they
have to
might
tell
not
the
like it.
listener this. I'm like, it's okay that she said it.
First
it's
of all, I was
fine.
like, that fucking dyke JoJo C was not a dyke anymore. And then whoever's listening is
There's
like,
so many
"Who is
listeners."
this homophobic.
No, there's so many listeners
hateful
tuning in
bitch?
right now.
Yeah.
There's so many
This
people being
is-
like, we were undecided on this girl, but she fucking
We
rocks.
actually love
She
her.
actually is
This
sick.
part of it goes great.
This girl's actually the best.
Okay, so JoJo C was having a fall from grace, which I personally love because I never knew who she was, but everything I heard about her, I was like, that sounds irritating.
Losing her means I don't have to be homophobic anymore, which is nice. It's
Yeah.
refreshing.
I really
and you're
like.
gonna miss that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was fun.
People talk about how like hard our generation has it and how it's like really tough, but like we got to see the downfall of Lizzo in real time, and
Right.
that was incredible.
Yeah.
Or, like
good.
Barack Obama was
What
like,
was
play
her-
my
what was her
special
thing?
flute, and then like 5 years later, everyone's like, fuck you,
It turned out
Lizzo.
she was mean, and then she lost the
She was
weight.
mean,
was
and
all-
she was
and
fat
she's also
shaming her
like-
backup
Yeah,
dancer.
Yeah,
which
she's
is
like,
so
fuck you for being
crazy.
fat.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because she's fat.
Yeah.
Her
And then
whole
she was
thing was
like-
fat acceptance,
Yeah.
and
And then
also
she was
now
like-
she's not fat anymore. She's clearly on Ozempic.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then-
so then she got mad at everyone else for being fat or something.
I think
Yeah.
she was being mad at them for being fat while she was fat. I understand.
Well, you know what? To be
Well,
fair,
I mean, the stage can only hold so much weight.
She kept looking at their stomach and going like this. Kind of my thing.
yeah, they were stealing the
mine.
spotlight.
She
They
kept
were
walking.
stealing the
She kept
spotlight.
walking.
Well,
like,
let me tell you, that's
so the green room had 5 cakes, and now the green room has 1 cake. Do I look like a 1 cake kind of girl?
Please.
Can you
No.
imagine?
In my rider, I'm supposed to eat.
I can't go sign this.
No, I'm with
In
you,
my
Darcy.
rider to play my flute, I'm supposed to eat 7 whole pies.
This is
Now there are 6 pies in the green room. Do you know? And then looks at one backup dancer covered in cherries. Do you know where the other pie went? Maybe. Now I know you can't talk because your mouth's full. Dance it out to me where you think the other pie went. And while you
Interpretive
dance,
dance where you think the fucking pie.
and while you dance,
Imagine the impression of there's a guy who's assigned to Lizzo's rider, and it's just him pulling up to a drive-through going, I need 55 fries, 55 burgers, 55 tacos, 55 sandwiches.
just a guy pulling up. What can I get you? You go, all of it, honestly.
Honest to God, man,
Well, man,
everything.
you-
Honestly, the whole thing.
Everything.
I'll take the lot. He goes Harry Potter on their
I'll
ass.
take
da,
the
da, da.
lot.
I'll take the lot.
I loved that scene. Too bad.
I know.
Too bad I can't enjoy
I'll
it
take the
anymore.
lot.
Yeah, that's a cute
I'll
scene,
take the
isn't
lot.
it?
If you actually see the extended edition, you can see a young Lizzo looking through a window going, one day.
It would
She's
be-
a wizard.
She's
know
a
that?
wizard.
Is she?
You know this entire thing of her losing all the weight, it's just so she can finally enter that thing in England where they throw a wheel of cheese down the hill and you never get it.
Stop. Stop. It's the long game for a free wheel of
It's a long
cheese.
game for a free wheel of delicious cheese.
Stop it.
And she can afford the cheese. It's
Otherwise,
weird
she'd
back
roll
then.
too fast and all of her bones would turn to jelly.
Stop.
It would be crazy. She would start rolling too fast, take out the whole town at the bottom.
Oh my God. Stop.
How do we get Mickey Rourke and Lizzo in the same room and just be like,
Oh
what
my
do you guys
God.
think about anything?
I want to hear
Just a-
their collective opinion.
just
I
on
want their podcast.
having
Like,
to-
they're
Yeah.
a podcast.
Having to
okay.
grab Mickey Rourke and being, no, Mickey, we're talking about her weight. Focus on her weight, not the other thing. Focus on her weight.
The other thing.
Yeah,
The other
that she has a big gay fan base. What did you guys think I was talking about?
Oh my
they're like,
God,
okay,
I hate
so-
it here.
See, the last episode, Brianne was like, that actually wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
you're the
warming
evil
up.
I'm in now.
Yeah.
So
You're
Lizzo
like,
is
this is gonna
wearing
ruin my
a-
life later on.
Welcome
Probably.
welcome to episode 1 of the Lizzo and Mickey Rourke show. And okay, so Lizzo is wearing a tent made of sequins. And it looks like Mickey Rourke is wearing a lot of paper bags stitched together. Okay.
And
It
Mickey
looks
Rourke-
like Mickey Rourke is wearing just a regular tent. And
And Mickey Rourke is continually putting on a hunter's cap and loading a pistol, aiming it at Lizzo, saying it's hunting season.
Mickey Rourke is eating chicken wings like the guy from Lord of the Rings ate tomatoes.
And Lizzo is very jealous.
Lizzo is blowing her flute angrily right now.
Oh my gosh.
You're having fun, eh?
I am having a blast. I just
Yeah.
pictured the show being where Mickey Rourke just eats things and Lizzo watches and is sad.
So
No,
I knew someone who worked with Mickey Rourke as an actor.
Right.
And apparently he's had, at this time, I don't know if it's still the case, he looks like a freak. But at that
Yeah.
time, he'd had so much plastic surgery done that he'd had cheek implants.
Okay.
And through the course of the day, they would slowly start to sink. So
Oh.
his assistant,
Jesus.
he had an assistant who did everything for him. They were like,
They'd lift his cheek
they
flaps.
would massage his cheekbones back up because he had cheek implants.
That's
so by the end of
so
the day, he'd
fucking
look like this,
spooky.
and then they'd be like, they would massage him up, and then he'd be like, "I'm ready to be on camera."
hey, it's me, Ricky Rourke.
Hey,
again.
Mickey Rourke, I'm back. But his assistant would like just always take care of everything, and there was a lot of people that were like, "You and your assistant are very,
close.
and you're very homophobic."
Right.
But you and your assistant spend more time together than I spend with my wife.
Yeah.
And he keeps massaging your plastic surgery
into place.
And then,
And
Mickey
if
Rourke
that's
is
not queer love, what is?
I
you
know. So that's the theory of Mickey Rourke is that they're like, he's got some weird self-hating.
Well, most
Thing going
really strong homophobes do. I
Yeah.
would
That's what I
say.
hear.
Will
I would
Smith.
say. Is Will Smith a homophobe?
I hope so.
I mean, he's gay for sure, but I'm
For
just
sure,
I didn't
yeah.
know if he
It gives me a reason to finally
Yeah.
just be like, I knew it.
I'll tell you one
Right.
thing. If it turns out he's gay, then I'm a homophobe. Like, I hate him.
Oh, wow.
It's the bounce back. It's the bounce back. It's a song that he wrote.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The
the
bounce back is a dude's ass on his dick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now that's a bounce back.
That's a bounce back. Hey,
Hmm.
Amr, love having you here riffing with us.
Don't touch the knees.
You guys really
Everybody wants to touch
for a
the
couple
knees.
of homophobes, you guys are reaching over quite often.
Everyone wants to give me a little touch.
Yeah.
This is the thing, Breanne,
Yeah,
is that
I see.
I'm the hot little commodity
I
of the
see
podcast.
that. I see
Yeah.
that.
They're the
True.
jokes, they're the funny.
Yeah.
Me, I'm the looks, I'm the touch.
Hot piece of
I'm the
ass.
sex.
You're the puffy nips.
I'm the puffy nips.
We're
Yeah.
the crust. He's the filling.
Right.
Mhm.
I did
Yeah.
see that there was like a very intentional order that you sat in,
Oh, but of course.
Yeah.
and I did notice that.
Ummer has. I've also most of the clips are either. There's only been 2 so far, or sorry, I think 3, but it's mostly been centered around Ummer
I gotta be in the center.
Oh yeah, well yeah, of course.
because he's like, me and Darcy. Every clip will be like, or some dumb face of just like, oh, every single one. Ummer's will usually be like a very very picturesque smile. So it'll just be like, all right, well that's who we're using.
Cannot be true.
That's
So I'll just be like, that's who
cute.
we're fucking using. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, Amr's so cute. I just want to put him in a coffin, fill it with spiders, and bury it.
I was gonna say let's
I
go
know
around
it's
the
a
room and
matter
say
of
something we
time.
love about each other, but you just did it for me.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, I love that. It was gorgeous.
We're
It was
coming up.
special.
We're coming up on Halloween.
I
Woo!
know. Ummer,
Just around the corner.
my favorite thing about you is that you're here now.
Aw.
Oh
Mhm.
my god.
My favorite thing about you is that thing we did to that guy, and then you never told the cops.
Ummer,
Yeah,
my
that
favorite
was
thing about
fun.
you is that you'll always be there when I need you the most, especially at 3:30 a.m. on July of 2022.
Don't say the date on the podcast.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
My favorite thing about you two is that you guys aren't snitches, and you never tell nothing to nobody about nothing you
my
ever
favorite-
done. And my favorite thing about you, Breanne, is you can't pick up on subtext. That's what I love about you. You won't look into it, and you will never examine this
Right
later
over my
on.
head.
I love Ummer so much because he just always picks up the phone. Even if I initially call him, I go, buddy, I'm going to call you from an outside line.
I love a phone call. What can I say? I love
Yeah,
a phone
why
call.
not?
People
You gotta
text
chat
too
with your
much.
friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta. It's a lost art
Gotta
getting on
hear
the
someone's
phone.
voice.
Yeah, you do. You do. Mhm. Wow, that was beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys had a phone call without me? I just thought that we were all kind of doing this thing together, and you guys had a
Right.
phone call without me?
That's great. A guy who figures out that 2 of his friends buried a body together. And he's like, I just kind of always thought we'd be like doing things
it
as a
together.
trio.
You guys know that I
we didn't
wasn't
want
doing
to
anything.
implicate you. We didn't want you to have to be part of the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You should be.
You know, Wednesday night, 2 a.m. I'm not up to anything.
I
You could have called.
That would be
You could've called.
Implicated. That would be nice.
Just
to be
nice to
implicated
get the
and
invite.
just hang
Nice
out
to
with
get
my
the invite.
friends.
The option.
Call.
Be nice
I like
to
to
get
dig.
an invite.
Yeah.
I like to dig.
My feelings are actually hurt.
I never got an invite to the fucking rat house, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You would not have come. Number one. Rat
Or
house-
you would have gone once.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Picture this.
yeah.
You open up your front door after hearing a series of very tiny knocks. A rat with a saddle on it, and a big letter shows up with an invite to come to a party that night.
Yeah.
Do you go?
Wait, the rat has a saddle on it?
He's got a saddle on it for reasons that are not clear to you.
Right. No one's
And then-
riding the rat.
And then also
no,
there's
no.
a big
Oh,
letter
okay.
attached.
Yeah,
It says you're
it's-
cordially invited.
It
I'd
looks
probably
like a
go.
mouse wrote a rat to deliver the letter, and so the rat has a saddle on it. The mouse has a tiny little Canada Post jacket.
Right. Oh, that's sweet. I think I'd go. Because
Yeah.
it would feel magical in that moment, but then I'd get there and I'd see all the other rats
The
and
letters,
the molds
the
and
like this big.
Yeah,
It's really
oh,
small. You need a
that's
magnifying
cute.
glass.
Yeah, it's
I had
really
a
tough.
book like that when I was a kid, and all the different pages were different little letters that you had envelopes.
Oh.
Oh. I was
Who's
just
the
going to
best
say,
show?
wow, your
House of
parents were-
Leaves?
Better
don't
For some
remember
reason, it was
exactly
all
what
it
it
was
was.
all Dear John letters.
It was like a little. I think it was like a mail carrier book, but they had different
Oh.
like mail for different little animals and
I
stuff.
would love
That's
just
cute.
opening and being like, your child has been lost at war.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had a
Your
tiny-
dad's dead.
I had a little book like that because my parents were sadistic and they didn't want to teach me how to read. Here you go, figure that out.
Aw. Wow.
Well, what time are we at, Sean?
Well, we're actually at 48 minutes.
All
We
right.
still got a lot of fun to have,
We
guys.
do. Bree, you gotta riff us home for the last 2 minutes.
Okay.
Are we keeping it at 50?
Or do you want to do an hour?
No, well, no. I mean, I'm there when the vibes are, as long as the vibes are alive.
What are you guys' favorite animals?
Wait, no,
Wolf.
let's do this.
Wolf.
If an animal's gay or straight, that's fun.
Uh,
Kangaroo.
Gay.
Gay.
I think
Straight.
straight. Yeah.
Gay.
Straight. You guys, they have terrible gaydar.
They don't know.
They
A
have no
pouch? A
fucking
pouch
clue
is
what's
pretty
going
gay.
on.
Yeah.
Pouch is
I
pretty
think
gay.
they're Australian, so immediately gay.
They
They're like,
jump.
Hi there.
They jump.
Hi there. You're
I
looking
think of
pretty
the
good.
Australians as being the
It's
opposite. I
so
think they're
straight, like,
they're
so
the only
scary,
straight
They're
country.
trying too
Yeah.
hard. Welcome to our big donut world. Let me in there. It's me, a kangaroo. Kangaroo Jack. You know, our
God.
Burger King's called Hungry Jacks. You know that? Look how high I can jump. Let me kiss ya.
Right.
I've had one too many Fosters. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you guys saying kangaroo gay? We're saying it's straight.
Yeah.
A
Every
koala.
animal is gay except humans.
Koala's straight as hell, dog.
Koala's straight.
That's I
Koalas?
like the perspective of that.
Everything's gay except us. Fish, gay.
So implying that the natural state of like life is gay.
Is
Yeah.
gay. And
Yeah.
then we've tried
We've
to
like
stop
perverted.
We
it
haven't
by
tried to
being
stop
straight.
it. We won. We figured out just good old heteronormative missionary. No one else got that far.
I would love to deconstruct
Monkeys-
this worldview for hours.
Monkeys
I would
are
never
rubbing
get
their
to
dicks
it.
together like morons, and then we just figured out. Put her on her back, spread those legs. I'm doing a push-up on you till we make somebody new.
Wow. That's
somebody
beautiful.
Dogs,
Ooh.
gay. Cats, gay. Gorillas, gay.
Okay.
Gorilla's straight.
Why do you-
Cats gay.
Why do you think the
dogs
gorilla wants to fight
straight.
100 men?
So he can fuck them after?
Because he hasn't
Is that
figured
what
out
you're saying?
missionary yet.
Oh, he doesn't know he can.
They don't know you could have sex with women. They're always doing it by accident, not us. We figured it out on purpose. Dolphins, gay.
I hope this is your official Pride episode. Happy Pride, everybody.
And to our
All animals are gay.
Dolphins,
Yeah.
all
gay.
animals are
Jojo Siwa, gay.
Straight.
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 Yeah.
Oh no,
Straight.
that's a fucking animal if I've seen one.
Jesus. Jojo Siwa does sound like the name of a gorilla.
Jojo Siwa does feel like Michael Jackson got another chance. He's like,
It does feel like
Yeah.
something that will communicate to you with
I mean,
sign
that's like
language.
a Pokemon name.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
this is Jojo Siwa, and then you're like, and it's like, love.
Jojo Siwa,
and you're like,
Jojo Siwa.
wow, it's really intelligent. Then it's like, I invented a new genre called queer pop, and you're like, not that smart, but we can work with it.
We can work with.
This
work
has
with
never
it.
heard of Wham. I don't understand why it thinks it's the only gay artist
Oh
ever.
my God.
And then it
it's
quit
the first
being
one
gay.
here.
I don't.
Oh my
I
God.
just think it's the first one past the post.
Because she grew up like so Florida Republican, so she truly I think she genuinely thought she was the first.
She's
And
like,
it's-
I'm the first.
Yeah.
gay
I'm the
person."
first.
holy shit.
And it's incredible that it took
That's just
such.
everything that
Yeah,
she does. She's
yeah.
like, dude, fucking first vaccinated human of all time.
Yeah. It's so
I'm
funny
out.
that she took like how old is she? Like 22?
Yeah, I think she's like 21, 22.
So she grew up Florida Republican, was like, I invented being queer, and then just already has looped back around where she's like, God, I love men. And
Yeah.
then now she's just right back in like
Yeah.
she's gonna be a Florida Republican that's like actually gay marriage is not okay by like 25.
He's not like
You really
he's
don't
not
feel
even a
pretty gay
queer
for it.
adjacent boyfriend. And what I mean by that is like there's people that are queer and bi and their boyfriends like you are a bi boyfriend. Like you're very clear.
I can hear Darcy's girlfriend
you're
laughing.
She's laughing off
bi-coded.
camera.
You're bi-boyfriend coded. Whereas you, no, your girlfriend's always going to be straight. You,
I don't.
it makes sense in my head.
Yeah.
Anyone, obviously, that dates you is going to be like queer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of dogs you date could be gay. All animals are gay.
Yeah, a lot of people that fuck are gay.
But,
What do you
like,
want?
if
Yeah, but you
Sean-
fuck dogs, freak.
Like Sean's dating
That does
JoJo
get- I
Siwa, you know?
understand.
Like,
You know,
it's like,
nipples.
Yeah.
I can't.
They
Have
like
you ever had a
it. They wanna
bi
have
girlfriend?
pups.
Dude, it's funny that you say this. I've dated many bi women.
I don't believe them. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
well, you know what, Breanne? Here's what the problem
Now
is.
we're in the part
Here's
of the
what the problem
podcast
is.
that I've been waiting for.
Breanne, here's the problem: is neither did I.
But yeah, so like the guy that she chose, Chris, he's like the most like frat boy
You're saying
or
he's
like
Sean, not me.
Yeah, he's more Sean. You're
How
not like
am I
frat boy, but you're
bicoded?
just like
What's
you're
bicoded
so
about
bicoded. Everything.
Are you implying that I seem bi?
No, you
no.
seem like the type of guy.
I think you're reading
that
him as
bi
way kinder than
women
he is.
would date. No, I can see it.
Because I'm so hyper masculine, where it's like,
No.
if you're gonna have, if you're gonna have chocolate, if you're gonna have
That wouldn't be
chocolate,
it.
you might
That
as
would
well
be
have
it.
triple fudge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
If you're gonna have a taste, you might as well have the most umami you can. Oh, I'm gonna eat meat again. You're gonna hop in on steak.
We were talking about when we were on set for the web series we did that he would clean up at a gay bar, and so would Sean, because
Yeah.
you're like so twinky and you're so bare.
Yeah.
You'd actually make the perfect couple.
I remember you saying this to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of a
Have you
Bert
guys
and
ever
Ernie.
thought about
We're a
it?
Bert and Ernie situation.
Yeah.
And we are a great couple of pals.
That's you jerking me off. Oh, ah.
That's your head's his handshake. You're like,
And then
there's always
putting
been
putting
it.
your face into the couch and screaming.
We go in for a handshake after there's so much goo that comes.
I'm just saying, like, since it's a Pride episode, we really got to get to
Yeah.
the bottom of it.
That's
And-
interesting because I don't.
Funny you mentioned that. He is a bottom. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kinda-
No, there-
Oh, there we go. Oh, pretty clever.
Oh my god. Do you guys
Yeah.
think he'd be tops or bottoms? Or
I
verse?
topped a bit. I tried to bottom. I couldn't pull it off.
I would
Yeah,
be a side.
yeah.
I would be a side
That's a
to
tough
side.
job to sign up for. You
It's-
got to
it
really
was
want a
difficult.
bottom.
He was hammered. I was hammered.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that'll do it too.
He was
usually like a
hammered.
ton of lube, right?
yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was just.
No, you went in
it was
dry.
just- It was just a mess. We were.
He was hammered.
we
I
were
was
both kinda
hammered.
falling
The
asleep
cab
the whole
driver
time.
was pissed.
Driver. Oh my god. It's a lot of work to be a bottom. You have to like
Yeah, you got to douche.
Seems difficult.
Yeah, you got to be like always. You're always on a schedule. There's
Really?
this guy on TikTok that makes his entire whole content is about bottom friendly meals.
Yeah.
Whoa.
About like meals that will like go through you quick. So
I
that
have
you
looked
can
at that
bottom.
stuff because I was just like, I don't take great shits. Like maybe I should just.
I think it's just
should be eating
fiber.
more fiber.
I think it's like
Yeah.
some Metamucil or
Yeah.
something. In
Damn.
fact,
That's all
that
you
comes to our
need.
second sponsor of this episode, Metamucil.
Metamucil.
Our second sponsor, anal sex. Our sponsor for today's episode, sodomy.
So our first sponsor was Hell, which is sodomy is a subsidiary of
First
Hell.
sponsor is hell, which is where you're gonna be if you let these dudes fuck you without having enough Metamucil.
Metamucil,
God.
God's only mad that your ass and dick are dirty. That's the only reason you get sent to hell.
Metamucil.
that shit
Ovaltine
clean,
is
you're
not the
fine.
same thing. Do not make that mistake again.
Oh man, yeah. So you guys didn't answer top or bottom.
I think I would top. I don't think I could bottom.
He would say that he
You
would,
would
top.
say that.
I
But
tried
he's-
to riff it earlier, but you guys kept riffing past
no,
me.
say
Sorry.
it.
Side to side.
Oh, like my favorite D'Angelo song. I think that's actually clear. I would be a bottom, actually. That actually, never mind. Yeah, the moment I'm like, oh, like my favorite artist, D'Angelo. I'm like, oh yeah, I would be having.
I'm a bottom.
Yep, never mind.
Is D'Angelo extremely gay or extremely straight?
I think
That's
it's extremely
music.
straight.
I
I
think
think,
it's extremely straight.
D'Angelo is extremely straight.
But so
That
straight
clear
it
to me.
becomes gay.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he was like a man who was like well groomed and everything.
Yeah.
So I think, the amount of mom pussy D'Angelo has had in his life, like I think he's like, I can't do this anymore. Like,
right.
I think it's clear because
tired.
he had a ton of anxiety.
yeah,
And
he's like
apparently
a
would
very
like
human man.
machine out sit-ups before concerts so he could maintain his abs.
Yeah, now he
Yeah.
doesn't do it anymore, and he's like, it's too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like D'Angelo, and then when D'Angelo was like, I'm too tired, I can't do this anymore. Maroon 5 was like, give me the baton. And then they
But
came
also,
along and they were just like,
D'Angelo came back to do the Red Dead Redemption soundtrack, which is
He
incredibly
did?
straight.
he
yes.
does
Are you
a big,
fucking
He has a
No,
track
he has
on
a
the Red
great
Dead
song on it.
Redemption soundtrack.
he
Really?
does
That's
he
very
does
true.
like the big one.
Right.
Oh my god.
Have you
Yeah.
have you played it?
No. I
Wow.
love
It's-
D'Angelo.
In my opinion, it's like the equivalent of Frank Ocean coming in to do Fallout 5. Like, it would be so weird to just have non-stop old 1950s music and then just immediately Frank Ocean's newest track.
Frank Ocean has a good song that didn't make it onto Django Unchained.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
Last
it's
Man,
great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, happy Pride,
Never made
everybody.
it as a wise man.
Pride. I don't know
Pride.
when Pride is. I don't really notice. All I know is that the bank gets fruity every now and again.
Happy
and
Pride.
The
They
service
stopped
is
this
the
year, though.
same,
It's harder to tell because they all pulled out this year.
which is so funny to me.
It's
Which
funny.
also pulling out, I thought was something that gay men never have to worry about. I thought it was something that doesn't really apply to them.
Yeah, no, they all said, see ya,
It's so funny that
which is funny.
people are now being like, it's almost like these corporations didn't actually have our interests
Literally.
at heart.
They
It's
were
like,
putting a bunch of pretty colors to
Yeah.
trick us. into
as a
thinking they
straight
gave
guy
fuck
that got
about you.
completely abandoned culturally for the last decade, I'm like,
Oh,
oh!
come on, boo.
Yeah, well, you
Boo.
don't make the bank gray for us. You don't make it.
I want
different shades.
Warhammer.
Everything-
I want the bank to be
Everything
Warhammer
used
themed.
to be cowboy themed. There was like 100
It still
years.
is if you go to lesbian bars.
I know, but it's a completely
know.
They
different
took
thing.
it from us.
They
stole our culture.
I took the camo and I rode my horse out of
It's a
town.
totally different vibe, yeah. It's a different kind of yeehaw that I'm like, feels different. You know? Like, it's just like,
I used to just like to yeehaw with my boys, and now all these lesbians are here ruining our
Really,
time.
it feels like if you're like, I love Japan, and then you don't see Japan for a long time, then you go to Korea and you're like, it's similar, but something is very different. You know, like it is still Asia, and you're like, yeah, it's like
some
like
common
you
cultural,
can still
yeah.
get ramen, you can still get sushi, and you're like, well, this is kimbap. Seems like a different thing. So yeah, when lesbians are like, yeehaw, and I'm like, you're doing it right, but it feels different. You know, I'm like,
It's not the way the good old boys used to do it.
I'm like, John Wayne would be very uncomfortable here. But everything was Western
My
themed.
moral barometer. John Wayne.
John Wayne feel like this is a safe space.
All I imagine is Darcy's version of heaven is that he goes into a bank and in the center there's one of those mechanical poles just going buck shit and he's just like, yeah,
Finally, something for me.
yeah, your loan might be approved if you can last 12 seconds on the Mater horn.
My version of heaven is me walking up to the till, and then the person at the till slides a gun over to me, and then I turn around and there's a bunch of bank robbers there, and then the guy goes, "You can kill whoever you want, you'll never go to jail." And I go, ah! Root and toot.
For some reason, it is a revolver. It's you going,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, it's a revolver. It only has 6 shots, but I fired it 700 times.
And that's what Pride's all about.
is.
Yeah,
Thanks
it
for
is.
listening
Yeah,
to us,
beautiful.
farmers.
You guys have made me seem like a monster at the end there.
I mean,
I had a point that I was trying to make, and then
Oh,
you guys
sorry.
go
Oh, do you
with,
wanna-
oh, boo, and then
no,
I'm-
let's get to your point.
it was just me. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I apologize for
I was
booing.
trying to get you
Yeah.
a fun intro.
I'm sorry.
Right, well, I had a point where it is funny to see, like in like 2010, everything became very, like they were like, we're here, we're allies here at
Yeah.
here at fucking here at
Raytheon.
yeah, I was like trying to think of like who's the worst arms dealer I could get.
Here at BlackRock, we support.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Here at the White House, where we love gay people drone striking Lebanon. And like, like that really had, and the CIA had that thing where they were like, are you gay enough to join the CIA? That was like a real ad that they had. Yeah, it was real. Where it was like a woman being like, I'm a gay woman of color, and I love destabilizing micronations all over the world. So it was very funny to me where I was
It was
like,
so rewarding to go back to where I was born and ruin it.
to
and
go
start
back
a
to where I was
rebellion.
born and pretend like I'm on their side. And I'm gay.
Right.
And it was very interesting to see that transition. And then now, like, hard rug pull, where it's just like, haha, we were evil the whole time. And I have seen people expressing like a genuine, like, what? You're telling me
Right.
that this giant bank didn't have, yeah. And like, it's like straight dudes, for the last 10 years, the 2010s, were just like, we've been fucking abandoned and all this stuff. And it was just like, it'll come back. And now that it's back,
Don't you worry, boys.
it'll
It's on
be
its way
back.
back.
But now that it's back
Sorry,
in,
that's on your side the whole
it's
time.
back in a way that's even weirder. Where I'm like, this is for no one now,
Right.
Whereas before, I was like, hell yeah, Cowboys,
Yeah. And now it's
McDonald's?
just like the bank, sponsored by Spike TV.
Yeah. Now I look at it, I'm like, who's this even for? It was like Cowboys, the Hamburglar. That was straight representation. I was
Right.
like,
And
this
then
is-
Grimace came
this
in
is
here.
the world I understand. The Hamburglar. And then you got to stop the Hamburglar. Why? Because he's here to steal.
Right.
And then
You're like, okay, yeah, stealing's bad.
In
That
the
makes
2010s,
sense.
they were like, the Hamburglar has a tragic backstory. We're canceling the Hamburglar. And it was like, all right.
Okay.
And now there's just nothing. And then they were like, everything's rainbow colored. And then the NFL had like pink jerseys for a bit, and you were like,
Right.
all right, who's this for?
I don't know if this is helping. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't think the queers are going to be super into the New England Patriots suddenly now. And then they were like, well, we're not really doing that anymore because that was an embarrassing look for us. And it's like, okay. And then now we're just in this weird, now everything is gray.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
want everything to be gray.
You want the Hamburglar.
I don't want the Hamburglar back because it's insincere.
Right.
But now
I want
who's-
Grimace because that.
What
That's
I'm
a queer
saying
guy.
is like
That's
as
a
like
queer
as a
person.
straight white North American, like
Mm-hmm.
there was a bit of a rug pull where corporations were like, oh my god, Twitter's really influencing stuff, and then everything was very gay and it was very, and
Yeah.
it moved in that direction, and then
But
now
not in a way that helped anybody, or
not
did
in a way
anything
that
good
was
for
real,
even 1 second.
not in a way
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
actually
Right.
meant to make any real lasting changes,
Right.
and then now everything is going to
TD
be
being like, yeah, we're sucking each other's dicks all month. And when you put your money in, don't worry, I'm gay.
when you come to the till, I'm spitting out cum from
Yeah.
the club, but
Yeah.
I do need you to make a deposit, otherwise we're closing your account.
Yeah.
You gotta stop asking for communities to fund your bank.
now instead of
Are foreclosing on your house.
now instead of an old man telling you you're an overdraft, it's a cool butch lesbian telling you
Right.
you don't have enough money for have any fun, honey.
So what
No
I
money,
think,
honey.
like as a dude that sort of like watched a culture that, and my dad is very old, and he was very like, well, the things will always be the way they are, and I was
Right.
always, I was like, I think we're in a time of great upheaval and transition.
Right.
So I've watched a culture that I grew up with sort of be, how do I say this without sounding like bigoted and like just sort of be.
Well, just say erase, but also you don't care.
Exactly.
about
Yeah.
it.
Like, well, I don't want to say erased, but like painted over in a
Yeah.
way. You know, where like the wallpaper's still there, but there's
Sure.
a few layers on
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
So now I can't wait for the gay community to get to experience what I've experienced for the last 10 years. When you guys are like, why is everything?
The fuck?
It's gonna happen.
Darcy, you almost landed that.
No,
plane.
that
I
was
know.
such a funny take.
So I can't
That's
wait for
such
you
a
guys
funny
to
take.
now experience it, where you were like, what? Everything used to be like really like, for us.
Everything used to be for me.
And now everything's Chinese.
Laura Croft used to be a lesbian. Now she's animated and has big boobs.
Yeah. You guys get to experience the rug pull.
yeah, things
Well,
were
you're
gonna be
like-
straight, then gay, then
And now
Chinese,
Chinese.
and
Yeah.
then
Indian.
fuck yeah,
It
we're
is for
going out.
sure.
Almost your time.
The
Yeah,
two
yeah.
countries with 1 billion people who do not have a
Yeah.
good track record of LGBTQ stuff. But
No. Well, India's.
Why is he patting me?
Why is he-
They did not get it right.
India's
you're going to
actually-
want to start hanging out
India's
with the
actually
Cowboys
pretty
pretty,
good.
soon.
You're
You're going to want
They
us
go back
back.
and forth. I don't
They go
know.
back and forth. They sway.
India has a complicated relationship, but they've been better about it than China. China's not been very nice about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not.
China's-
They're
China's
not really
pretty
chill.
bad.
They're not really chill.
So that was my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if there's like anything we can take away, it's that Chinese people are the enemy.
Yeah.
No,
They-
it's that Chinese people are the new gay people.
I think, Bomber, if this gets out, they will invade.
And what? Kiss me to death? They're gay. It's fine.
I was talking to Ali about this. There is something very funny about like Canada's got so much immigration to Canada, and you meet people with different accents all the time, and you're just kind of like, oh, like it's not that big. It's not like where are you from?
Yeah.
But sometimes you can be like, oh, where are you from originally? Like I don't think it's like a super loaded question. And the only time it gets weird is when they go, I'm from Canada, and you're like, you're not. Like, that's like the only time. There was a dude I knew who
We're
had.
changing this episode to Straight and White Pride Month. The Darcy states straight.
talking about?
It's really annoying for Darcy when he asks these
I like
microaggressive.
This guy was
Darcy,
also
all I imagine,
white.
Darcy, all I imagine is you running up to lesbians on Commercial Drive, grabbing them by the shoes.
How does it feel?
Where are you from? And they're like, Canada. No, you're not. You're Chinese.
If they have an accent,
Your time's up.
if they have an accent.
Welcome to the rug pull.
Next time you go to Davie Street, clock how many Chinese people there are. 'Cause I do it every time. I do it every time. Every time I go, I'm like,
Like, my career's over after this episode.
Yeah, we're
So wait,
screwed,
this is a
basically.
Patreon exclusive. This is a Patreon
Here's the thing.
exclusive. This is also, look, this is a great
Patreon
episode.
Here's the
Look,
thing.
this is a great
Here's the thing.
episode.
Here's the thing. I like Chinese food more than I like gay food.
All right. Yeah, what do I want? Bok choy with cum? What is gay food? I'm curious.
Hot dogs only. Gay food is
No,
literally
they cook better than us.
it's things from the beach.
Things from the beach.
Mussels.
Seaweed?
Mussels,
and
seaweed,
seaweed.
hot
So
dogs.
sushi?
Yeah, things like
No,
So
that.
that is-
Japanese food.
No.
And like kind of Chinese food.
No.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna
easy.
get you.
There you go. They'll get mad at me.
No, to me, when I think of gay food, it's literally like traditionally gay food in traditionally gay spaces. It's like carnivals and stuff, you know?
It's just cotton
Carnivals.
candy.
Yeah.
It's just so much.
I like them the last
Places
apples.
that dudes
like
could go
3
cruising.
minutes of this episode.
When I think of gay food,
We're opening up a trap door that goes so deep.
Yeah,
when I
totally.
think of gay food, I think of a witch
We
with a
said-
poisoned apple. Just coming up and going.
We said happy Pride, and Darcy said, "I've had enough. I need to die. I got some things I got to get off my chest."
Brother, I think you're cooking.
The only
I
thing,
think gay food is carnival food is so funny.
It's so funny.
the only thing I'm getting off is riffs off the fucking ground. But like even in like a lot of gay areas were sort of like touristy things. Like I think it's not Venice Beach, but
Right.
there is like a beach where it's like a touristy thing, and they were like, yeah, this was kind of a place where like dudes would come cruising in like the 70s.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
true.
And a lot of businesses that
Yeah.
are like, this has been a business around since then.
Yeah.
Are
They have
like
a dish called hot dog in a bush.
I was gonna say, you eat hot dogs, but it only comes from a hole in the bathroom stall. You just go, no.
so traditionally gay food is carnival food. That's my argument.
Funnel cake.
Funnel cake,
Bloomin' onion.
popcorn that you feed to a guy from work that you're just kind of close with. You know?
Oh my god, carnival food.
And then
Your finger slips into his mouth, and you're like, "What is that?"
Mini
mean?"
donuts.
Yeah,
I
your,
mean, it was there
your
for a
finger
whip.
slips into his mouth, and you're like, Dad and his friend are really touching a lot. But anyways, I get to hang out with, my friend at the carnival.
Right.
Why can't I tell Mom about this?
Why can't I tell Mom? Okay, I see that. I see carnival food for gay people.
I see it every day. I see it all the time when I go to the carnival, and I go, what are these guys doing here?
Darcy walks
You
in.
just think the
Darcy
carnival's
walks
gay.
into the carnival. He sees a guy missing teeth, doing the tossing the frisbee onto the little bottle, and he goes, "No, it was fucking Pride Week." Jesus Christ!
You're telling me that if somebody made like an extremely gay carnival, it would be the most successful business ever?
No, it'd be well. I feel like that's. I agree with you. I feel like every carnival entertainer is probably queer.
Also,
And carnivals, yeah.
to go off Darcy's note, I kind of am with him on this. Carnival, everything you win is a brightly colored stuffy. And that
Or
does
bubbles.
feel bubbles.
And you know
Brightly
us
colored
queers, we love a
stuffies.
brightly covered stuffy.
You do. Look, all
We
right,
are-
You do.
Just over the line of like close enough association for it to make sense.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
It's for
If
the
you go down
furries. It's
south,
for
you
the
see a
furries.
really big crate, and then you see a bunch of little stuffies and a stick holding the crate open. You like string tied to it.
gay.
And they go,
gay
and they go, trust
Yeah, I
us.
was like,
See?
okay.
They go, trust us. It's just a pile of glitter in their little crate. And they're like, we'll catch one.
We'll catch one.
We'll catch one.
We'll take them on the road for a carnival.
That's how they hire
That's
people.
how we get people.
You're gonna operate the tilt-a-whirl, and you're gonna love it. And then,
Wow.
of course, you have traditional Chinese food
Yes.
on the other side.
On the other side of things.
Yeah.
I do often ask Julia,
Yeah,
do you want
gay
to
food,
eat
definitely.
carnival or Chinese tonight?
Hey, I was just gonna skip the dishes some carnival food. I thought maybe we have a nice night in, eat a blooming onion covered in sour cream.
Hey, it's Pride Month. Do you want to eat like 14 corn dogs for dinner?
Oh, I'm starving. Can we get some cotton candy?
Yeah.
Can we get a bunch of cotton candy?
I'm starting. Pride Month should have a day that it culminates like Christmas.
Right.
It should have like because it's just all these parades. I don't know when they are, and then they should have one big day where it's like the day of Pride, and then everybody gets together and eats popcorn and throws rings on a guy with a boner or something. You
Yeah.
know, like that kind of thing.
We do that at the parades.
Yeah, and you can
we do
throw
that.
you can throw ping pong balls in a pussy. You know,
That's
all
nice.
that stuff. Yeah,
It's fun.
Yeah, no kids.
No.
Kids
no.
get to go to the straight one, which is Cowboys. The kids get to go to
Cowboys or Cabana days in Toronto.
Kids get to go get molested at church.
That is unfortunately true. Yeah.
Yeah, kids have the rest of the Christian.
It is very
holidays.
tough. Anytime you designate something like this is for families, predators are like, like, oh, okay. We did put a
Broken
giant.
families.
Pride is like the only place where children are safe, I think.
You are, and there's a lot of adults that do have like a sense of community and responsibility that
Yeah.
are just like there to support that.
Yeah.
And then the kids are eating carnival food. Like it really is
I
kind of a
want my
win-win.
kid to grow up
Getting
in the
touched
trenches.
by a clown. Yeah.
He's getting grown up in the trenches, brother. He's only gonna hang out at Smash Bros tournaments.
My kid's
He's
gonna know
gonna
the
be in
face of
peril.
evil,
He's
and it's a
getting
kid on
touched
YouTube.
every fucking day.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
I'm gonna
Wow.
Hey.
leave my kid at a boxing gym for 5 years and come back and go, if you want to rejoin this family, you got to defeat me. And then he's gonna punch me once in the face and I'm gonna go, damn, kiddo got hands.
Gonna punch you in the gut. and You're
Welcome
gonna
to
go,
Thanksgiving.
I forgot to also exercise during this period.
Oh,
I just got the shit kicked out of me by my
I've been
son.
exploring my gay side. I've been eating nothing but carnival food for 5 years.
well,
Oh,
I think
fuck.
this was a great episode.
I think so too.
Yeah, you were so scared.